Welcome students on today's lecture of design of plate girder. So we will take up a numerical. In the previous class, we have discussed about what are the clauses, what are the specification to be used as per IS 800 2007. So today we'll take up a numerical and we'll solve it. So let us see. So the question is design a welded plate girder. The plate girder is welded, that means the connection is to be provided by welding. Design a welded plate girder 24 meters in span, that means the length is 24 meter, and laterally restrained throughout. So laterally it is restrained throughout. It has to support a uniform load of 100 kilonewton per meter throughout the span, exclusive of self weight. That means leaving the self weight, it is carrying a UDL of 100 kilonewton per meter for the span of 24 meter. Design the girder without intermediate transfer stiffness. So the welded plate girder is to be designed without the intermediate transfer stiffness. The steel for the flange and the web plates is of grade Fe410. Design the cross section and the end bearing stiffener and the connection. So intermediate transfer stiffness are not there. Only design the cross section and load bearing stiffener and connection. So let us see what all is the given data. So in the given data you can see it is grade 410 steel. So Fe is equal to 410 MPa and Fi is equal to 250 MPa, and mu is equal to Poisson's ratio 0.3 and modulus of elasticity 2 into 10 raised to 5. Now this is according to the code book. So let us see in the code book the properties of the steel. So if you go to the page number 12, so you will get to know the properties of the steel. So on page number, they have given the general properties for the steel. Okay, here you can see material properties. So clause number 2.2.4.1 and page number 12 of IS 800 2007 gives the physical properties of structural steel irrespective of its grade. So density of steel 7850 kg per meter cube. Modulus of elasticity is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Poisson's ratio mu is equal to 0.3. Modulus of rigidity G 0.769 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Coefficient of thermal expansion alpha T is equal to 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree centigrade. So from here we have taken the modulus of elasticity and the Poisson's ratio. So if you see here, so mu is 0.3 and E is 2 into 10 raised to 5. Now, partial factor of safety. Now, this is according to the table given in the IS 800. So, let us go there. So, there is a table given for the partial factors of safety depending upon the type of connection. So, let us see what all has been given in there. It is given in table number 5. If you refer table number 5 for the partial factor of safety always for any of the designs. So let us see. Okay, so this is table number 5, partial factors of safety for the materials, and it is given on page number 30 of IS 800 2007. So you can see the description has been given as definition here, and partial factors of safety are given here. Now our is the welded plate girder. So gamma MW. So this gamma M represents to partial factor of safety, and this W represents for welding. So you can see here for welds, here you can see for welds gamma MW. For shop fabrication it is 1.25, and for field fabrication it is 1.5. The meaning of this is shop fabrication in the sense it has been prepared in the manufacturing plant, the materials, and field fabrication means on the site. So we have written here. So 1.5 for site welding, 1.25 for shop welding. Then comes the epsilon, and epsilon is equal to epsilon w, that is for the web, and epsilon f. So this is given if you see it is given in the cross section table. So in the cross section table they have mentioned this. So we'll just go through it from the table. So here, so this is table number 2, which is given on page number 80. If you refer the note number 2, you can see here epsilon is equal to 250 divided by fy, the whole raised to half. The meaning of this is that is root of 250 divided by fy. Now in our numerical fy is 250 MPa. Remember, all the structural steel will always have fy of 250 MPa. So 250 divided by 250 is 1. So this is how we get epsilon w. So this is the given data. Now next, let us see regarding the design process. Now if you see in the question, they have said that a uniform load of 100 kN per meter is acting throughout the span of 24 meters excluding the self weight. So design forces is the second step. So let us see. So total superimposed load is 100 kN per meter. So if I make it factor, it will become 1.5 into 100. So 150 kN per meter. And the load, so considering load is 100 into 24, that is 2400 kilonewton. Let the self weight of the girder is given by, so this is the formula which we are going to use for calculating the self weight of the girder. So self weight of the girder is equal to WL divided by 400. So W is taken as 2400, which is calculated here 2400, and 2400 into 24 divided by 400, so it is working out to be 144 kilonewton. So this is in terms of point load, and we will place it throughout the meter, per meter length. So converting it to UDL, so self weight of the girder per meter length, so 144 divided by 24, which is 6. So factored self weight is taken as 1.5 into 6, so 9 kilonewton meter. So the total uniform factor load will be the above load, that is superimposed load 150 kilonewton per meter and 9 plus 9 kilonewton per meter. So it is working out to be W is equal to 159 kilonewton per meter. Now the first step is computing the maximum bending moment and shear force. So however it is considered as simply supported beam with UDL, so the maximum bending moment will become WL square by 8, and which will be at the center portion. So W we have 159 kilonewton per meter, 159 into 24 square divided by 8, as the length is 24. So it is working out to be 11 point 11448 kilonewton meter, and the maximum shear force is given by WL by 2. So if 159 into 24 divided by 2, which is 1908 kilonewton. So this is how we have to calculate the maximum bending moment and shear force. So we will see the further design part in the next class. Thank you.